and manifestation can happen. If we could manifest anything willy-nilly in an incohesive way, this would be a chaotic, dangerous world to live in. You know, if your neighbor's dog was barking, you go, the dog disappears. The truth is that there's a natural way to manifest and a manifestation, and that is you've really got to get to know yourself, and you can change yourself. If your subconscious believes money is bad and your conscious wants it, well, you have to understand why your conscious wants it, and also work with your subconscious to correct those wrong programs that we have that were hardwired probably before you were 6 years old about life and these things. And so that's one of the biggest things you can do is get to know yourself and become harmonious with yourself. And you're going to find then that manifestation and getting what you truly want can happen much easier. You know, quite often I had a friend who wanted to manifest a Corvette. He lived in a trailer, and he manifested the Corvette, but then he couldn't afford to put gas in it. You see? So
always consequences, huh?
Yes. And so the battle of the sons of light and the sons of darkness is really a metaphor for what's going on inside of ourselves. And the whole thing about, you know, the 666, you've got to carry that all the way over because it came from numerology, and then you've got to add the 666 together, which is 18, which is 9, and that's the number of man. So the beast is within us.
Deeply within us, too.
And we're evolving, and we're coming into the light more and more. You know, there was a great period in the beginning of what we might think is the star period, but before the star period, there was no light at all. So there was great periods of no light at all, and the star period, which we live in now, is a relatively new period to be in. And so we go way back even before the star period in our being, because we've always been here, and we've always been a part of this experience. So it's kind of interesting to think about.
You've done some work about pets and people we care about. Tell me about that.
Yeah, you know, it's very, very possible to see loved ones and visit with them and communicate with them, and or see them on the other side. Pets become part of us. They become literally a part of us, and many pets actually take on your illness for you. Isn't that interesting? We've seen it many times. Your pets become a part of you, and they will always be a part of you. What the ancients knew, and I've been to third world countries where they honor the ancestors, and they still have a relationship with their ancestors. So even if someone has died and made the transition, you can still have a relationship with that person or that pet. You know, I've had 3 great dogs in my life. They're all dead now, and it'll be a while before I get a new one. But I still have a relationship with those pets. They still visit me. I can still feel when they jump in the bed with me at night, and I love it. And also, the good thing about pets is, and you can do this with loved ones too, you can reincarnate them again. And I have done this, and I teach in one of my workshops. If you want to get a pet back, you can. You can call it in, and it will.
And you don't have to clone it either.
No, you don't have to clone it. You can get your pet back, and I teach people how to do this. It's the same thing with humans. If you want to be in the same family, you'll quite often find that the grandchild will probably be that parent that died before. And so all this is very possible and very cool. And also, you don't have to reincarnate with anybody you don't want to reincarnate with again, and that's called the end of karma. You don't have to repeat these things.
Well, you know, I think what's amazing with reincarnation are some of the stories that are out there. I remember one where a little boy in the Chicago area claimed that he was a downed World War II pilot. And, you know, he knew about his partner, his co-pilot, everything. It's just an amazing story. There's got to be some truth behind it.
Absolutely. And one of the things that's fun to practice is we need to learn how to die conscious and be born conscious and not lose conscious, because most people, when they hit the light, they go unconscious and go into an automatic cycle of reincarnation in which you're pulled back to the exact polarities that you left with. In other words, you may not actually reincarnate with the same families, but you'll reincarnate with people with the same matrix you had, whether it be, positive or negative. It's very possible, and I think everyone should practice how to die conscious and then be born conscious. That's going to really speed up evolution dramatically. And I plan to do this. In fact, on my tombstone, I want it written, "Leave a message, I'll be right back."
What do we say to people who haven't experienced what you've experienced? They haven't died. They haven't gone to the other side. Yet, they're entitled to have this kind of life now. They're entitled to know what you know. What do they do?
Everyone has direct access. Everyone is directly connected to the source that we all are. And there are many ways to get there. There are many ways to experience it. It is as natural as breathing. It's as natural as sunlight. What we have to realize is that we all do have that direct connection. And some can do it through meditation. Some can do it through song and dance. Some can do it. There's a million ways to do it. And no one is ever cut off or ever will be cut off from the source that we come from. And then to really focus it, we must, and this is a lesson I had to learn, you must come into a space where you love your life, and then everything can flow. And when I was told that by the light, I thought it was the most impossible thing in the world. How can I love my life? How? That's impossible. But I came to that point, and I love my life, and I always will.
People sense this when they meet you, too, don't they?
I think so, because this is what I really am. And I try to bring this grace everywhere I go, although I am very much an imperfect human being, believe me. And I'm capable of just as many mistakes as anyone else. But I do, in my essence, carry this energy, and it really calms people down, and it seems to have an effect on people that's positive.
If, God forbid, you have another one of these experiences, do you want to stay on the other side, Mellen, or do you want to come back?
No, we always come back, and I can't wait to get back, and because, the other side's not all it's cracked up to be.
No, that's
There's
true,
a lot
too.
you can't do on the other side, and there's a perfect combination, though. A body without spirit is a wasteland, and a spirit without a body is a wasteland. And we are the perfect matrix of body and spirit. And with body and spirit, you can have it all.
You can have it all.
You can.
Yeah, you probably can. Let's get back just a few minutes about the health thing that you were talking about. George Burns lived, 100 years old, smoked cigars. What was it about his makeup that allowed that to happen?
Well, very little of it, and this is one of my major interests and studies over the last 27 years or so. Very little of it, maybe 3%, has anything to do with genetics, and most people whose parents lived to be 100, they don't. But if you look at the three main things that people that actually live to be 100 have, diet is not a common factor because diets are all over the ballpark. Dentistry is number one. Dentistry has been the plague of mankind because it poisons you. So 100-year-olds have good teeth or no teeth. And in Europe, like the Paracelsus Clinic, they can pull teeth and cure cancer.
Good point. I mean, I used to remember going to the dentist, and they'd ask you if you had a heart murmur or any kind of problems because the bacteria could kill you.
And so that's been the plague of mankind, and our pets, too. So anything you can do to take care of your teeth is the best investment you can make. The second thing about 100-year-olds is, and forgive me for saying this, they stay away from doctors. and I've forgiven every doctor I ever thought was a jerk because we have to think about how we treat doctors. But the truth is that you shouldn't be a hypochondriac, and you don't need to go get a flu shot. And I'm not giving any medical advice here, by the way. But they're not hypochondriacs. You have pains in your life, and a lot of the pains and aches in our lives are self-induced by all the little things that we do over a lifetime. And the third thing, which is really important, is people that live to be 100 have watched all their children and their friends die before them. These people always have something to live for.
Good point.